We just got our first look at Watch Dogs Legion, Ubisoft's third installment in the open-world hacker action series, and we've had our crack team of experts comb through it to point out some details you might have missed. First things first, the setting this time around is London. We've heard rumors about this for some time, and it fits. London already has a nefarious reputation for surveillance. As of 2011, the city was home to close to 500,000 security cameras, so it's prime real estate for a Watch Dogs game. We don't have a clear idea of when Legion is set, but it would seem like the near future, judging by the amount of drones in the air and on the road. While the previous games gave every NPC pedestrian a name and a backstory, this time around they'll be playable, and the main premise of the game seems centered around building up the resistance with the help of seemingly normal civilians. Maybe some of the folks being put in cages will be willing to help. The bad guys this time around appear to be an organization called Albion, which is of course an archaic term for Great Britain itself. If this game has players trying to overthrow the British government, it'll be a bit of a shift from the previous entries, which pitted players against a cyber terrorist and a corrupt tech businessman, respectively. In any case, we don't get a clear idea of who's in charge at Albion. Protest signs featured in the trailer suggest that 99% of the population opposes Albion, which feels like a callback to the Occupy movement, but in the case of Watch Dogs Legion, it seems like 99% of the world can actually be recruited to fight back against the sinister surveillance state. Presumably, the game will have one central villainous character, but as the title suggests, the game has a literal legion of protagonists to control, from robotics experts to bare-knuckle boxers to foul-mouthed old ladies who used to be assassins.
Had better be good.
It's unclear exactly how big Legion's roster is, but it at least offers some variety compared to controlling Aiden Pierce or Marcus Holloway the whole time, and it'll certainly be interesting to see how the story plays out if everyone is playing as different characters. It looks like character customization will return with a bunch of different masks and helmets to pick from, which might seem silly, but they offer a lot more defense against facial recognition software than a baseball cap and a bandana. Plus, they're a nice nod to the iconic mask from V for Vendetta, which was about a dystopian surveillance state, London, and were adopted by the hacker group Anonymous in real life. Not to mention the masks in The Purge, a movie series about lawless anarchy. What we don't know yet, at least for now, is how progression will be shared between the potentially hundreds of playable characters that you'll swap in and out of throughout the campaign. Will you all share a hideout? Is it even a hideout if 99% of the population has access to it? What about weapon and tech upgrades and collectibles? We'll have to see how it all plays out. It seems like playable characters have skills related to their backstories, as the robotics expert has a cool drone and the boxer is good at melee combat, but how versatile will each character be? Will each member of the Legion have their own unique skill tree, or will it be a matter of locating and recruiting people with useful traits? And if so, if this guy isn't an ex-spy, what does he do? Is the soccer player or footballer really good at kicking his ball at drones, and is there a football minigame? Well, in any case, hacking stuff is still an option, and it looks like this time, riding on top of drones will be a fun means of getting around. Given the scale of real-life London, it's very doubtful that this will be a full-scale copy, but plenty of iconic landmarks are on display, faithfully recreated with the attention to detail we've come to expect from Ubisoft games, with the foundation laid by the previous entries in the series and the freedom of a futuristic setting. This looks like it'll shake things up. But the big question remains, is this game about everyone and everything being connected by technology, and what kind of online multiplayer component will Watch Dogs Legion have? We'll have to wait and find out. What caught your eye in the trailer? Let us know in the comments, and for everything Watch Dogs Legion, stay connected to IGN.